Welcome to the USFL Today. I'm your host, Angelo Fioris. I'm really happy that you're here today to join us for this show. I've got a great guest. Make sure you follow the USFL Today on Twitter. At USFL Today is our handle, and you'll get all the great news and notes around the league. And you'll also get notifications when a new show just like this one drops on our YouTube channel, also titled USFL Today. So without further delay, let me bring on my next guest for the show. He's a new member of the New Orleans Breakers, signed as a free agent out of Auburn University. He's the Ricochet Rabbit himself, none other than Zakoby McClain. Zakoby, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful, and I'm glad to get you on the show. I do follow the SEC very closely, so I knew who you were. And when I saw that the Breakers signed you, I was like, I got to get Zakoby on the show. So I'm happy that you're here.
Yes, sir.
So you went to school, high school in Georgia at a storied high school with a great football history.
Yes, sir. Valdosta. Yes, sir.
Valdosta. And I mean, I remember when I was growing up reading Sports Illustrated, and there was these articles about Valdosta and their program. And it's awesome to see that they still produce great players. What's it like being at a high school program that has that kind of history?
This is a lot. It means a lot. Just the football city I'm from. All we know is football. We wake up, sleep, breathe football, and just all about tradition. I'm just used to tradition.
Do they really drill that tradition and bring home like a lot of the ex-players to come talk to you guys and hang out with you guys? Is there like that kind of relationship like there is when we see on the sidelines of the colleges?
Yes, sir. They come see us. It's very like that. They try to get us a tradition and show how to keep it going.
You come out of Valdosta. You're recruited to come to Auburn. You choose to go to Auburn, not too far from home, which is great, right? About an hour and change, hour and a half, maybe.
About 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize that. So there you go. 3 hours. I got to learn my Georgia geography, I guess. Yeah. So you're 3 hours. That's still not too far for your family and your friends to come see you play every week when you're at home. Tell me what it was like when you first went to Auburn and you're this high school kid now with these seasoned college sort of veteran players. What was that like?
Oh, well, when I first got to college, I was nervous, scared, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was going to be with my family, knowing I was going to be homesick. But when I first got there, I got to know a lot of teammates. I got to meet Seth Williams, my roommate. Got talked to Marjorie McCurry, playing for the Titans now. And we just talked to each other, just kept motivating each other throughout the season and got each other better every day.
And then, of course, you get to join a program in college with a ton of history, national championships, recent national championships, and competitive in the top conference in college football. So as a freshman, you played. What was it like getting eased into the games as a freshman? Because you played as a true freshman.
Yeah, it was fun because, everybody always dream of playing college football, seeing on TV and all that. And so Coach told me that I just got to play. I'm going to be on special teams, so I just play my role on special teams. I just be nervous for every game, and then I started getting defensive snaps, and that's when I started my journey at Auburn. It was just exciting.
How long did it take you in that first year to evolve or at least ease into finally getting those defensive snaps and contributing in a way that you were happy about?
Not long, because I started making a lot of plays on special teams, got a lot of pancakes on kickoff and kickoff return. So it really meant long. And I learned a lot from Deshaun Davis, a veteran on the team. He just taught me a lot, how to be smart, how to carry myself on off the field.
Are you the kind of guy that studies a ton of film and, really buries himself into the playbook?
I watch film. I won't just say I bury myself into the film, but I watch the film. I like to see what's going to happen and what kind of runs I'm going to get a lot and see what the pass scheme like so I know how to play in my zone.
While you were at Auburn, is there any one game for you personally, whether or not the team won or not? Let's put that aside for a second. But was there a game, Zakoby, where you think about your college career and you're like, man, I just was in the zone that night? Which game was that? I know you know it.
Pick six, my sophomore year. Bama against Bama my sophomore year.
And what was that feeling like? You're running to the end zone, you got the ball, and you know you're going to score. It's your first college touchdown, right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was amazing because we had 2-on-1 on the bat with me and KJ. and the quarterback threw it to Najee, and I seen it hit his back, so I caught it with my left hand. I grabbed it, and then I stepped my foot in the ground. I kept running. When I was running, it felt like a movie. Like I was on the spotlight. The ground was shaking. It was just so loud. And I seen Matt Jones. And I said, I ain't gonna let Matt Jones get me. So I just kept running and kept running. And as I ran it, I was scared that I might trip and fall because I was just so excited. It was just so loud. And then once I got to the end zone, somebody tackled me. So I thought I didn't score, but it was Noah, my teammate from Miami, tackled me. It was just amazing. Like, it was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life.
You know, it's funny you describe it like it was almost happening to somebody else, not to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like an out-of-body experience to the point where you just described getting tackled and not even knowing if you were in the end zone or not.
Yeah.
But the place is going wild.
Yeah, going wild, going crazy.
Aside from that moment, that was your personal moment. Now tell me about the team win that really stands out for you at Auburn, and which game was that?
But we won.
You can give me 10. I'll listen to all of them, man.
I could say last year we played Bama, we lost, but we had a hard-fought game. You know, we was winning the whole game, 10-0, and they came back at the end. And so it was a hard-fought game. Went to like 3-4 overtimes. It was a great team, man. Everybody put in good work together. Offense played a good game. We though we didn't score, but they was fighting. And defense just held them down for the longest.
That was a great game, and those Bama games are always hard fought anyway. It's not like not like they never come down to the wire. They typically do, right?
Yeah.
When you first got the call that the Breakers wanted to sign you, what was that feeling like?
It really was. It was exciting because knowing that you got cut from an NFL team, you really want to play in the NFL. Then a team really see how good you is and see what your potential in playing football and want to get you back in the league. It's very exciting because I'm a very grateful person and I just love football. I just want to play football and just make somebody great and become better at the game, learn more about the game, and just learn how to be a better leader with the coaches.
Who reached out to you to say, "Hey, Zakoby, we want you to be a Breaker"?
The head coach reached out to me.
Coach DiFilippo reached out to you?
Oh, no. It was Coach, who was it? I forgot his name. Start with the Tito.
All right. John Tenuta reached out to you.
Yeah, there it is.
John Tenuta. So Coach Tenuta reached out to you, and he's kind of like a get right to the point kind of guy. He does not I don't even know if he smiles.
Yeah.
So now you're New Orleans Breaker. You're a member of the USFL. Did you watch much USFL last season?
Yeah, I watched a little bit. My dog Sal Canal played for him, so I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, Sal had a great season. He had an incredible playoff game as well. I mean, he had something like 10 or 11 catches in the playoffs. So you and Sal are pretty tight. You're friends with Sal?
I ain't gonna say we're pretty tight, but we know each other. Like, we cool.
Let's talk about your off-season workouts. What do you do specifically now to stay in shape, right? Your college career ends. You have the dreams of playing in the pros. You know you want to get better and improve your game. What did you specifically do for yourself to prepare yourself for this moment?
I got a trainer I train with Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the gym. We lift weights. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I just go out and do field work and get my draws right, try to get my speed back right, and try to stay conditioned.
Would you say your speed is the most unique part of your game? Because not a lot of guys as fast as you at your position.
Yeah, I could say my speed, my quickness.
Who was the player that you looked up to as a kid watching football and being a football fan? Who did you admire the most? Anybody?
Just say Ray Lewis or Patrick Willis.
For the linebackers. So you always want to be a linebacker? Was that kind of your position from the start?
I wanted to be a DB, but I really love linebacker. I want to move like a DB.
Did you play DB first and then move into linebacker as a kid, or were you just always like right there in linebacker?
I played linebacker my whole life since I was little.
Your whole life. If there was aside from DB, if there was an offensive position you could play or wish to play, which one would that be?
Running back. I don't want to hit that ground.
Plus, with your speed too, you'd probably be hard to catch.
Something like that.
Let's talk about some off the field stuff. What was your major in school?
Interdisciplinary studies, IDSC, build your own major. So I got like psychology and business and coaching in it.
So one of those things where you get like a little bit of a few different majors to get a sense of what you might want to do.
Yeah, and I graduated in 3 years, my junior year.
You graduated in your junior year?
Yes, sir.
That's impressive, man. How did you do that? Like you're a football player, you're an athlete, you got all those commitments, and then and then you complete your undergrad in 3 years. Come on, tell me what you did extra to make that happen.
I just took a lot of summer classes.
Summer class is the key, right? Because the semesters are a little tighter, right? They're a little shorter, and the classes are longer, but they're really worth it at the end, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
So you were done in 3 years. You had the extra, the fourth year of eligibility. So you were just an athlete the fourth year. No classes.
Yes, sir.
Any plans for a master's degree?
I was thinking about it. I had 2 more extra years of eligibility because of Rona and red shirt year, but I just left.
You do what kind of work do you do in the off season? Like everybody's got to kind of survive till football season starts. Do you have a gig now? You got a job now? Or are you just working out?
No, I don't got no job. I just work out.
Just working out. Well, your job starts in about 8 weeks or so for training camp.
Yes, sir.
How psyched are you for camp to start, Zakoby?
I'm just ready to knock somebody out.
You're ready to knock somebody out. If there's one thing that you would say to I guess to the fans about you and your game and the kind of player and person that you are, what would that be?
I'm a good person, good understanding person. I'm a good genuine person. I love people, love to make people smile, and very brave and courage. And the on field me is Ricochet. That's the Ricochet Rabbit. That's the on field me. He's a very person that's ready like to knock somebody out, want to win, trying to do whatever it takes for his team.
You truly do have two sides to your personality, because talking to you right now, you're a soft-spoken guy, you're pretty polite, and you don't seem like someone who's ready to knock somebody out and transform into a madman on the field. But here you are. I can't wait to see that get unleashed.
Yes, sir.
Non-football question. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah. You got one or 10?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really know what favorite movie. I don't really know what favorite movie.
What's the last movie you see?
Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, Top Gun. Yeah, that's
the Top Gun movie. That's pretty good, right?
I've been watching that a lot.
You've been watching it a lot?
Yeah, I like it. I watched it yesterday too. Top Gun.
Does it motivate you in any way? Like you get like a rush from it and you're like, man, that's it.
It motivate me because like the course that the kids had to do, like they had to like fly through and get up thing a certain amount of time. Like they couldn't be late, and they had to stay below level. It had to be at a certain speed. So, and then he went and did it himself and showed that he could do it. So it was like it just showed me that anything possible, if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah, and so that aspect of what you just described totally translates into what you're doing now with yourself, with your life, and your career, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
When you're working out, you got the headphones on. What are you listening to? What's your soundtrack like?
Listening to Young Boy. He'll be a young boy, but the best rapper in the world right now. The next Tupac, and listening to you Ride Wave.
Any one song get you pumped up when you're putting up massive amounts of weight above your head?
It don't matter what Young Boy song I'm playing. It don't matter what song I'm playing.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter which one. But I could say the Ride Wave song I always play is it's called what is called? Can't Sleep.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's called Can't Sleep. It's just very, very, very good song.
Tweet me a link so I can check that song out, all right?
I got you.
After we're done here, tweet me a link so I can check that one out, because I've learned a lot. I will say this, interviewing now you and a lot of the players that I've been speaking to over the course of the year now, since the league first was formed, I have learned a lot about music. I have learned a lot about movies. I have gotten recommendations from guys, stuff that I would have never heard of before. So, and that's why I like asking that question, because you guys definitely have a angle that I ain't got. And I appreciate the learning,
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite food, Zakoby? You're a big guy. You got to eat and pack on the protein. Tell me.
Chicken Alfredo.
You're the second player to tell me that. You're the second player to tell me chicken Alfredo. I got to go back in the archives and figure out who the other guy was. I can't remember. I think it was Jonathan Timmons of the Generals. I'm going to go back and check. Uh, why? Why chicken Alfredo?
It's healthy for you, and it gets you full with some hot sauce.
Gets you full with some hot sauce. How often do you eat that?
I try to eat it like at least once a week.
How excited is your family for you?
They're very excited because they already know my potentials and where I can be if I just keep going and just keep my chin up and just don't stop.
And it doesn't hurt that your games are going to be in Birmingham. Breakers based at Protective Stadium in Alabama. Your family will be able to come and check you out.
Yeah, they'll be able to come check me out.
That'll be motivating as well, won't it?
There's it.
Zakoby, I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me, man. This was great. I wish you a lot of luck in your first professional season, although I don't think you need luck because you're a driven dude and you got a lot of talent. And people that don't follow Auburn or don't follow the SEC are going to be in for quite an astonishing sight when you're patrolling the linebackers there and making your plays and doing your thing, Ricochet Rabbit.
Yeah, they're going to love watching me play.
They're going to love watching you play. I agree with that. Zakoby, thank you for joining us today. Stay in touch. We'll talk during training camp and again during the year, if that's cool.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's it for this edition of the USFL Today. I'm your host, Angelo Fioris. Make sure that you follow at USFL Today for more great interviews like this one with Zakoby, who was an excellent guest. And we will see you next time on USFL Today.